Hello, good morning. Day 2. I think this is probably about a 2-minute warning today because it is the morning. It's becoming a bit of a pre-movement snack, and I'm still trying to get used to this bit. I want to know who is still in their pyjamas, please. Guilty, come on. Who's in their pyjamas? And don't lie. No, it's okay. Pyjamas is okay. I'm just curious to know. Yeah. Got some yeses and some nos. So yesterday was a bit crazy for me, a bit fascinating also, and there's nothing, I don't know, more sobering or weird than watching yourself back 3 times a day, but I did make a special effort today for this one. I'm going to have to do something about all this time I'm spending on my hair in the morning. I think this is a 1-minute warning, and then we are shout out to our NHS heroes who are dressed and going to work. Big shout out, much support. But there are some PJs too, and that's okay. PJs are good. So yesterday I remembered to ring the clock. Today, perhaps I'll remember to look at it. We're going to go. We're going to start. It's 8 o'clock. Ready, steady, go. Good morning. My name is Bex Townley. This is day 2 of I've forgotten what it is. It's day 2. Make movement your mission. Yesterday we covered quite a lot of content, and I was aware when I watched back the videos that I talked quite a bit. So today we're going to cut to the chase, get right on with it for our first movement snack of the day. So I'm going to get back into my position and consider whether you want to do this in standing or in seated. You choose, and you can shift between the two throughout this next 10 minutes. Let's have a go, have a look. If you do decide to start in a chair, that's absolutely fine. If at any point you feel you can come to standing, that's even better. So we're going to do our circulation boosting movements from yesterday, plus some mobility, and then we're going to put in some sit to stands to focus on strength. So with me, watch, join in when you want, do what you can, stop if you need to, pause when you need to. Let's get ready to move. Feet flat on the chair, lift up a bit taller. This is important, this makes it easier to stand. If you shift your weight forwards, bring the feet back a little bit, and at this point you can power up to stand and then get your balance and have a steady, stable surface if you need. So we are either in standing or we're in seated, okay? You choose what is best for you. The most important thing is just to move. So we're just walking or marching on the spot. If you're in standing, great job, keep doing that. If you don't need some confidence from the table, great, you can start to just release the arms and bring those in. Keep going if you're in standing. If you're in seated, same principles apply. Up, lifted away from the back of the chair. I've rolled up my trousers for a reason, and I've not worn shoes for a reason. So if you're wearing shoes or trainers or slippers, that's okay today because we're just coming up and down. I want you to think about your feet also and your toes, and the march drives from the floor. So you're pushing the heels and the feet up from the floor. And really that's the same if you're in stand. Again, in seated, we can release the arms for a steady bit of arm movement here, or you may choose to bring the hands together if that feels easier. Now this is a steady, just steady march, steady walk. You might feel you want to take a deep breath, but we shouldn't be out of breath. If you're starting to feel really out of breath, like you're working too hard, we just make the movements smaller. This circulation boosting movement is important, especially in the morning. It does what it says on the tin. It boosts the circulation. We're going to move on to our movements now to support and improve mobility, starting with the shoulders here. So these are our shoulder rolls. Have a look, join in when you see it. Head stays still. And remember, this one is in the active calendar. And we're saying either 1, 3 or 5, choose your number. If you're in standing, I'll show you from the side, lift and open. I'm going to come closer again so you can see, head stays still. As big a movement as you feel you can. Having mobilised the shoulders and the upper back a little bit, now we're going to focus on some head movements. Have a look. We did this one yesterday too. You can sit or stand. Look in one direction. Take your time to come to the centre. Turn to the other. Once, 3 times or 5. Doing this in standing. Put your hand on the table because this may challenge your balance also. Slow turn. Pause in the centre. Have a look out the window while you're there. And turn back again. All whilst maintaining this lifted, strong, confident posture. Another one for the neck. I'm going to come up closer for this one so you can get my best side. Have a look. So give yourself a guide here. Ease back. 1, 3 or 5. So we've got the shoulders and all the neck that helps with all our activities of daily living where we need to gaze and move around the house. And of course, at the end of our shoulders, we have arms and hands. Let's have a little bit of circ march, circ boost. Think about your feet, think about your ankles. Really trying to mobilise feet and ankles. We need these for walking. Here's the next mobility movement. I'll show you in seated first. Buttocks on the chair. Can you feel? Feel a little bit wider. So we're going to take our side bends. Lift as tall as comfortably as you can and then control this sideways bend just to a point that's comfortable for you. Come back to the centre. If you need to just give the posture a little release and come in again, that's okay. Give yourself some support on the chair if you need. And in standing, it's exactly the same. Wide base of support for balance. Take a bend, back up to centre. Pause in the middle, and then back in the other direction, here. Good. Staying on this middle bit, this trunky bit that supports all of our positions throughout the day. We're trying to improve the movement here to help with everyday activities. It's the trunk twist or the trunk turn. Same rules apply. Backside on the chair, feet flat on the floor, and we can guide the trunk around. Head goes with you. Pause in the middle. 1, 3 or 5 times on these in each direction. And you don't have to wait for me for these sessions. Do these at any point throughout the day. In standing, it looks here. Release the arms, just let them do whatever they want to do, or you can use support if you need. Just have a little bit of a release, have a little hip walk back and have a little pause if you need to. How do you feel? If you're feeling that you're needing to take a deep breath or that your muscles feel that they're working in these new positions, that's okay. Nothing should be painful or uncomfortable for you today. If it is, just stop, ease off, make the movements smaller. Ankles, I've rolled up my trousers especially for this, and here think about feet and ankles, but think about toes. So in the chair position, can you see that my heels are coming up here, and the last thing to leave the floor are my toes, and you can give your toes an extra scrunch as well. We're going to put one heel out in front, and then here is our ankle mobility. As much movement as you can in that foot. In standing it looks the same. Here, support if you want to, because you might feel a bit wobbly. We don't want to challenge balance just yet. And one more alternative for the chair ankle, if you prefer, come all the way back in. Give yourself a little bit more support for this one. Just lift, extend from the knee, have a look at the foot and point and flex. And be really specific about that movement. It's definitely toes down, toes up. 1 time, 3 times or 5 times. Same on the other leg. Okay. Same in standing. Just give yourself an extra roll and an extra circ boost. We're going to do, this is our last section of this snack, because we're coming up for 10 minutes and I said I'd be on time. So this is important. All of that mobility, all of that circulation boosting can now support some more specific work on strength. Yesterday we talked about the sit to stand or the chair rise, and we're going to talk about this every single day. Sitting less is good, standing up is better, adding in some strength is absolute best. Okay, absolute best. So let's work towards that. So everyone now come to sitting. Find a chair, ideally of knee height. Let's do the first one together. Sit tall away from the back of the chair. So your posture muscles are doing the work, not the chair. With me if you can, hands on. Heel walk forward, this will make it easier to stand. Heels back and down, this will make it easier to stand. Support if you need, support if you need. Now we want an injection of power and oomph. Get your balance at the top. Stand fully upright. Feel the joy of being upwardly mobile. Feel for the chair on the backs of your legs. Let's sit down with control. Control, 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 control. Pause or release. If you're happy to, come with me again. Hip walk forward. Heels back and down. Drive through the heels up to stand. Get your balance. Come back. Feel for the chair and sit. If you feel you can, do a few more of those. Keep going. I'm going to give you another option if coming all the way up to full stand isn't for you today, or may not be ready for you at this time of the morning. Keep going on your sit to stands, everyone. Here's your options. Same bit is the same. Still driving through the heels, we just do a little jockey lift and lower and pause. Lift up. The length, when we talk about length, it's here. Okay, so lift up here, a little hinge and a little bump. And it doesn't matter how small that is, if you drive through the heels, you'll start to feel all the muscles in the buttocks, in the back of the legs. Here, here's your little jockey lifts. Okay, last one for luck. Take a pause. Everyone now, whether you're in sit or you're in stand, just bring these movements much smaller. So it's a slow, steady walk on the spot, or if it's in the chair, just take it to a toe tap. Let's take a deep breath. Now, my heart is beating particularly fast, but I'm guessing that's because I'm in this situation. But moving more, especially if you're not used to moving more, will cause us to breathe a little bit deeper and maybe increase our heart rate a little bit. That's okay, that's usual, that is what we want. That, everyone, is the end of our 10-minute snack, I think, I hope. So, here's the key messages. Sit less, stand up more, move a little bit more. We've done our 4th 10-minute snack, so we're accumulating these minutes. Every movement counts. Keep on moving, and I will see you at 12 o'clock. Thank you so much. See you at 12.